Makerere oye. Makerere oye. Winning oye. Losing Z. How are you? I think that tells you that I am a Makerelean. A proud one at that, who has seen me before. And I think I have attended one of your sessions at Makerere University in the recent past. And I've done this before last year. And I'm proud to be here again with another lot. There are a few faces, but I think they work with PIT that we worked with. Some have transited. Others, I think they have pursued academics. Others are still looking. We are still on the journey. And we are still working with them. So since then, we were told there is another lot that is coming, and this time this one is going to be very, very magnified. And indeed, we worked with 62 students last year. Today, I think we have around 100. Next week, we will have another 100, and the other week. So it is always an honor for us to be here as Private Sector Foundation Uganda. My colleague Damali Sali must have told you about us. Did she? About who we are. We are the apex body of the private sector in Uganda, with over 300 business associations in different sectors that we are taking care of. Can I translate that in Luganda? Ffe ekitongole ekitwala banneekolera jangi emakolero butale abakola emirimu emitonotono naye nga bafunamu livelihood in terms of cash. So the reason why we get together is business growth and advocacy. We advocate with government, we advocate with stakeholders, we advocate with business leaders across the globe for the betterment of the private sector in Uganda. So if you follow our page, you will see a number of engagements that we are doing in that regard. So I think it is not surprising that Makerere University chose us to lead in this engagement of transition. So what we tell you about the private sector, which is the major employer of young graduates, you should consider it as what is coming from the horse's mouth. So we have carefully picked some business leaders, CEOs, and people who have seen it all. We have changed a little bit this time to ensure that we give you people who have seen it all. You see, when Ruth was speaking here, she did not even have notes. She was just speaking from her own experience, and the measure was to inspire you. Okay? So at the end of this session, last time we had a group, I think, for 2 weeks. This time we are going to have a group for only 1 week. I don't know how it's going to turn out, but we are with you all the way. And we are going to help you to give you what we think we can, what is important that you need, and try to give you a few tools that you can get to help you transit. Now, it is your choice to make this meaningful. It is your choice to just be on leisure. It is your choice to come and sign in and go. We're not going to follow you up. It is up to you. But you will not have me standing anywhere in front of you telling you what no one has told you about, because I am paid to do this. Okay? You're paying me some very good money. And you are getting it for free. Are you the one paying? So someone out there is paying to ensure that you get some of the critical skills, critical soft skills that you actually need, that someone never told me as I was transiting into employment, that I found my way out. Okay? So for you, Like you, what is your name? Lucky Camila has someone to watch your back. Can you clap for that? And you should thank God for that as well. Thank God that the opportunity has come your way. And I know you have a lot to thank God for before you start complaining. I know some of you are whining. They're not giving us this. Have you thought about what He has given you that you have not thanked Him for? How many girls in your village have not made it to school? And boys, anyway. How many boys do you have in the house? Can you stand up for recognition? You seem to be very few. Boys. And those who identify as girls as well. Okay, I have a few boys. Okay, it is very common in these programs. But we will, with all due respect, we shall make sure that you also catered for. So, many of you did not go to school. The other day we were in Noya with I didn't go, but of course we get reports. And we were celebrating some of the people who have excelled in one of our lead farms. And the women were now thanking men having succeeded in the projects for allowing them to work. Is that odd? They were giving men bicycles to thank them for allowing them to be able to earn 1.5 million. Because not every day do we see women in such homesteads go and get a meaningful employment. So, it means that it's not a coincidence. God chose you, that you're here, and you're in this program. So before you start crying out, I don't have this, I don't have that, you have a degree that you did not sweat so much. Did you? No, I want to hear that. Did you? Did you? Tell me how you sweat. Tell me. You did not. You had just to go through your system. You went through the system, isn't it? You went through the development stages. You just chose to use the opportunity that you have been presented with. And here we are celebrating you having made the right choice. But something came to you. A scholarship came to you. You utilized it optimally. And there are some of you who have failed to make it, who are still struggling with retakes, even when they're on scholarship. Yeah, so it is very important for me. When I keep quiet every day, I tell my Almighty God, God, thank you for who you have made me. Before I complain for everything that is going wrong in my life, I thank God for the things He has made me achieve when no one has achieved. I look at my colleagues who have first-class degrees and they are sitting at home at this age. They have like 5 kids. This is my second baby, and thank God. I also would have been successfully a mother, but I am not. But they celebrate me. When they see me, some of them, they cry. They cry, they tell me, we want to be like you. And I'm like, oh, I also want to be like you. You understand? So, we are all blessed in a very different way, but it is how you appreciate your situation. Okay? So that's not why I'm here. But before I talk to you, I always want to pick your attention, to remind you who you are and why you are here, to utilize this time, not to waste time. Because you never know. We may be picking your prospective employment today. Maybe today is the day God made that you're going to get that skill that you need to get the employment. So this is also a stage. You're not here to enjoy only. You're not here to eat the nice meals and go swimming and spa and everything. You're here to make it meaningful. So as everyone is talking to you, please reflect. Some of them may speak in a language that you may not understand so properly. Some of them may not speak as good as Ruth has spoken, or even Hilda or Tamale. Okay? There are even other speakers that are going to come to you. But please, the way you have listened to your teachers, they were not all the same. Okay? Please try to jot down those that you feel like you cannot relate so well when you're listening, and it cannot ring a bell when you close your eyes. Jot down the main points and go reflect on them. Okay? So, my name is Natukundah Husnah. I have been introduced already. I don't want to introduce myself again, and I'm here to talk about personal branding. So, I'm not going to read everything, but I made this presentation such that you can get printouts and read them after. So what do you understand by personal branding before I cheat for you? Personal branding. And I'm not supposed to use a lot of time, so the easier you make it for me, the quicker we get out of this place.
Thank you very much. My name is Charikola Frolens. Personal branding means how you are known. Thank you.
And how are you known? How are you known? Yes, stand up and speak. You don't have to get a microphone. Speak louder.
My name is Najita Aisha, and I think personal branding is the way you execute yourself in front of other people, the way other people see you.
Good. The gentleman?
Thank you. My name is Natukundah. I think personal branding is someone's perspective about you.
Someone? Yourself in the eyes of someone?
Yes. How
Okay.
does the other person look at you?
Okay. How about you? How you see yourself? Doesn't that count? Anyone else? Yes, we have a lady.
Thank you. My name is Oyela Gladys. I think personal branding is the characteristics that you're going to give yourself, the qualities that you're going to train yourself to have, and how you're going to be, like the view that you're going to show or portray that people would like call you with or define
Can
you
you clap
with.
for her? So I think she has given us the details of what we should expect in personal branding. Kwe tunda. Brand. Where will your brand name? Brand name. And I say Nile breweries. Bibakagusogola. Right? When I say Jessa, you know that's fine milk. Right? Any brand, Renzori, I think it's the first bottling company we had. Coca-Cola, Pepsi, you understand? So branding, that is how they branded. That's how they want to be known and be identified uniquely. So now, personal, how do you want to be identified? Tunakutegeera tutya? Biki ebikwogerako? Do you all understand Luganda? Who doesn't understand Luganda? And you've been in Kampala for how long? You need to understand Luganda, you people. You have to learn. I know you have to learn. So, personal branding is how we will identify you, how you want to identify yourself, and it comes with your attributes, okay? With the characteristics, things like that. So personal branding is a practice of creating a brand around a person rather than a business entity. But it could be an entity as well. But you see, like, what can I say? There are people like motivational speakers. Their name is their brand. And it's a company, their name. You get it? But in this perspective, we are talking about a person. You. Okay? Not in the business sense. So personal branding is used to help further people's careers by positioning them as an expert within an industry. Now, when you think about personal branding, you have to think what you're good at. what you can do, the talents that you have. You understand? If you're a dancer and you want to be known as a dancer, then you brand yourself as a dancer. Okay? And that is what you want to uniquely come out, and you think that is what you're so strong about. Even if you study education, please identify yourself as a dancer. If you're a model, please show us that. For us, we have a girl here in the Scholars Program. I think she was a runners-up Miss towards she's called Isabella, right? For us, she told us, I want to go for beauty pageants. And before we knew it, she was running, and we supported her all through. Because that is how she wanted to. And she's still going with her thing. And she's doing good. You get it? So, you can be a beautician. I have seen some of your scholars here. Beauticians. Can be a farmer, an entrepreneur. You can be anything you put your mind to and you think you can do. And you actually work hard to be that. Am I clear? Am I speaking? Am I wasting time? So, lady in pink, what do you want to be? How have you identified yourself? Yes.
Apart from what I studied business administration, human resource major. I am a makeup artist.
So do you want to be
about makeup?
Do you want to be identified as a nature practitioner or as a makeup artist first?
I think I can do both.
Okay, you can do both, but you need to know where your strengths lie. You get it? You can do both. But remember, makeup, HR, you need to know how to strike a balance. Okay, that's me talking to you just as a mentor. You get it? But you can do actually both. You get it? But you need to know, guno gumpisao, guno gwegundisa, guno oboshtegeda. But as long as your passion lies there, that's who you are. You will not be anything else other than what you have been classically conditioned. We have psychologists. Do you have psychologists? Industrial and organizational? And community? You know what we call classical conditioning? When you're conditioned, when behavior is rewarded, that is what you tame. When it is punished, you get it, you do away with it. So to grow your own personal brand, you can write a personal brand statement. That's what you have to start with. How many have a personal brand statement? Temubiwuliranga nako. Kakati, right, I want industrial chemists. Do we have industrial chemists? Where are they? Where are they? Can you stand up for recognition? Industrial chemists. No. There should be an industrial chemist. Another one? There are like 2 industrial chemists. Where? See? She's missing out on opportunity. Today I've just received a call for industrial chemists. And I want forward a name for that one who is not around. Because I don't know why she's not around. I want people in finance. How many do we have in finance? Finance, majoring finance. How many? You see Brenda. Finance, procurement. You see Brenda. Do we have a legal personnel? Law? Okay, so as please pay attention, because you might be called for an interview anytime. And that is something that we're giving you, and we want you to make the other groups inspired. Okay? So, a personal statement is something that talks about you. Okay? And as you open your mouth to speak, it is what you start with. It is like your elevator pitch. Do you know an elevator pitch? A 3-minute stay in an elevator with the CEO. What do you tell him that will get you a job? I think when you started entrepreneurship, that you talked about. Okay? So, I just want to have one example of Troy Sandridge. On his social, this is what you will see. Okay? He will tell you, I'm a strategy hacker. Brands hire me to build disruptive growth marketing strategies. I'm a keynote speaker, host of ID Grace podcast, things like that. Connections, contact info, you will find them inside. But when he goes to defining himself, this is how he says, I am a growth marketing strategist, aka strategy hacker, who empowers brands to achieve next level success, maximize revenue, elevate brand authority, establish powerful communities, and skyrocket business growth through cutting-edge marketing strategies and result-driven social media solutions. Which employer would go with that? It's not so complicated, but he used his language and played around with words to communicate who he is and to make himself competitive, to make himself stand out. Everyone has a profile. But how do you present yourself? Don't lie. Don't go put words together of your job description. Just define who you think you can exemplify in front of a recruiter. We are together. So if it is a business, a logo and a catchy slogan are not really enough to identify with and retain customers. Before you can focus on moving on with your business forward, take a step back and evaluate. That is how you will identify your brand. Okay? What are your core values? What are your strengths and acquired skill set? Kakati, you guys, I express myself so much in Uganda. I think it is because I am HR anyway, and I was the factory HR. So factory HR, we deal with unskilled, semi-skilled, and skilled. But unskilled, there are very many. So most of the time, it is very important to communicate. And communicating with these people, you have to speak to them in a language they understand. So forgive me when I use some Luganda, okay? But I'll always be sensitive to translate. So, you don't know that while you were in school, when they were asking you to go for coursework and you were busy copying, they were trying to impart in you a writing skill, typing skill, research skill. You don't know. You were busy clubbing and you were asking your friend to actually, can I click on your group? Can I do this? Can I do this? You did all those. But those who you disturbed are very proficient at that. And I won't find any problem in research. And let me tell you, research everywhere we go now. When they ask me that I have to come and present, I have to research. It is everywhere. You get it? You have to write, I have to present in a manner that is convincing. You get it? So don't take things for granted every step of the way. Listening is also a skill. When I ask you a question and you answer me appropriately, it means you listened. You did not just hear. There is a difference. You get it? So, be able to understand which skills you have. Some are innate. You don't know you were born with them. You can just speak because the entire family of yours can talk. You get it? And you're just lucky to be a talker. You're a speaker. Use it appropriately. Replenish it to know when should I not annoy people when I am talking. You get it? Replenish it. If you have an audible voice, use it to sing. Use it to preach. Use it to convince people. Okay? Show your oratory power in your speech. You use those great skills to cover up for your weaknesses. You understand? I ask you, Mr. Gera, you understand? I want to hear feedback, otherwise I will repeat myself. So what inspires you when you sit back? What is that drives you to be the woman that you are? What drove you to be a first-class student? Do I have first-class students here? Can I see them? Stand up for recognition. Congratulations. So what inspired you to obtain a first class? Can I hear from one of you?
I think I just needed to change the status quo. I was always told that people who come maybe with a second class lower do not really progress. So I wanted to be on top of the game.
You wanted to be, you had that high need for achievement.
Yeah.
And you?
Okay, to me, I think it was, okay, I came from schools that were of low class. You know, we joined campus, people were saying, I'm coming from Marcos, I'm coming from SMAC, but me, I couldn't shout my school. So I was like, in the first semester, I didn't perform so well. And, you know, I was these students, okay, someone could not recognize that I can make it. I had to believe in myself, read, to prove them wrong. Yeah.
That's moving, you know. I'm going to literally cry. I'm a crier, by the way.
Okay, when I was joining campus, like, I never thought of getting a first class. Because I joined with people with 19. By the way, I was the last, I think. So we had a presentation with Mastercard. It was also about personal branding. I presented. I couldn't imagine that I would be the best, but they said I was the best. I was like, you mean I can make it? So during the presentations, I presented, the lecturer was like, you girl, you talk as if you own the whole world. So she trusted me. Whenever they are going to do something like research, they knew that I know. So they could keep on asking. I also took myself, yes, I do know. From there, I started progressing like nothing. Thank you.
I think we have something in common. So you know what happened? Now, for me, I was not good at going to the library. So for me, what I did, I could tell you go and research, but when it comes to putting the work together and presenting, and they all knew that you want to get 8 out of 10, Natukundah is the lady. You want to get 10 out of 10, Natukundah is, because I knew how to present. No group will beat my group. Eranga people want to be in my what? My group, because when over it is biology, over it is what? We will present as if we are scientists. You get it? So self-drive. What pushes you to be the woman you are? What pushes you to overcome the hurdles of this life? What pushes you to be the best in your village? What pushes you? What inspires you? You get my argument? Everyone knows that I have a high need for achievement, and I will not keep quiet regardless. I am not the person you will step on, even if you're who. Me, I will tell you what I feel, and it will stop there. So I have an naturalism in me, and I got it from my friend. She's called Alice Adong. She told me, Husnah, for me, you mess with my family, I beat you when you're naked. That's what she said. I said, me, I can't beat her. No. I said, how would you even beat someone naked? She said, Auntie, she can't run away. When you... So that's what I got. When you want to beat someone on your man properly, yeah? And address. First, and beat. I'm not saying you go be violent, but that's the character. And she is the head of HR now somewhere in Mbarara. And she's doing a very good job. But also she's my training. We were almost at the same level, but she needed someone like me to train her, and then she superseded me. So I had to chase her. Yes, but she's doing a very good job. So, we have talked about the obstacles. we have talked about the direction, isn't it? Now, do you see the picture? Can you recognize the people? Who are those? Wow. What makes them stand out? They have identified themselves. They have branded themselves. And the recent achievement you saw? So, and we thought they would fail when they started. We thought they would not go anywhere. Before you know it, they have made every big name. You get it? So personal branding, it helps you. It's very important because it helps you to give yourself a credibility. Banange, ani awuliranga yetya? Who feels they fear themselves? Who, just now, tell me who. Do you fear yourself? Tell me who feels you're shy to speak right now. Tell me, because for me, as we leave this session, I don't want anyone who fears themselves, who is shy about anything. Please tell me who is scared of what they're going to say next. Who? Mention. Please don't be shy. Let us be as real as we can be. Who feels shy? Who feels they cannot stand and speak with confidence? Who feels they will shake because they are going to beat a buffalo and then people are going to smile or do anything? Who cares anyway? That's not my language. Take me in Acholi, I will speak Acholi like hell. Take me to Lunyankole, I will just bang Lunyankole like hell. That's not my language. Please build your confidence from within. It is going to help you be credible. You get it? Because even if you write it on paper and you cannot present it, it is worthless. Mushtegera. It is worthless. So it is going to help recruiters to identify you among the rest. You will land on bigger position before you know it. This position, I was called for it. I never even tried so hard to look for it. But because I had attended an interview for another role, which I did not get, they told me, no, Husnah can actually do this job. And I was called, are you interested? Please, please. And I was like, And then I was like, anyway, wait a minute. It's a director role. So, okay, I'm in. You get. So I was like, even if I may not get what I have been getting, for starters, but the fact that it is adding something on my CV, you saw how I walked when they introduced me. You didn't see. It's because I'm now funny. But if I was putting on my heels, you would see me. I move with my head high, trying to show you I am the director they are talking about. And you know how old I am? You don't know, but I finished 2011 university. Makerere University. But it doesn't come just in a day. It doesn't come just in a day. It comes from down. Now, what I struggle with you, the scholars of today, do you know him? Do you know him? You should know him. This is the boy who has changed the film industry in Uganda. And I like him because he's my homeboy. He's called Usama Mkwaya. We did not know that the boy from Makerere in Nyamtanga could direct some of these big movies you're seeing on Netflix. That young boy, I think I am older than him, like over how many years? He's called Usama. Google him. He just studied a diploma in something and went to Maria Mundagire film something and Miranea something. Before you know it, he's working with the biggest producers now. And he has changed. He is the man behind the Icon Awards. Yeah, but where are you people? Me, Husnah, I know. How about you? Eh? Village way. Makerere. You people are always at Speak Resort, Speak Apartments. I've seen very many campuses go there. Speak Apartments, Sheraton, Serene, just for a cup of tea. You should know these things. But this is a very inspiring young man, and he is on Wiki. Please Google him. You have your phones. Google him. You will know his name. And I bought him because they are doing the things that you barely thought could mean anything in this society. I could have brought for you Anjuko. But Anjuko had to read a lot of books to become who she is, and probably even her charisma. You get it? But this one, his first film, you Google it. He should have been like 23. So, please, I am a sheikh anyway. They say, La tahakiranna min al-ma'rufi shay'a. That is Arabic. Temunyoma bintu bitonotono nga birungi. If you have something nice that is so small that you do, please shine a light on it. You do not know, it might be the thing that is going to carry you through. Okay? Okay? You might be the person who knows how to do it yourself. You know how to do these, crafts. You know how to do the finest atapa. You know how to do the finest. It could be your calling being a confectioner. Yes. Your skill is in cooking. Identify yourself. Look for yourself. Try to look for yourself. And when you look for yourself and find yourself, be passionate about who you are. Because that is your calling. Me, I tried out very many things as I finished school. I even decorated. Nasulako ku venue. My father saw me one day and he was like, Mwana wange, okunuko kurara. Daddy. But the output is going to be more fulfilling. And when he saw the output at the end of the day, he kept praising my name. That's my daughter. And I was just young. I just finished school. I didn't have a job. You get it? Even when I knew that I would get a job having contested as a guild president, I knew very many people. I still know them. But no one has ever gotten me a job. Trust you. Okay? They have taken me through other things, maybe, but not getting me a job. I have gotten my jobs myself with my Almighty. And I have thanked him every day. He has changed my life. Thanked him. So let us talk about creating your personal statement. So, because it is everything, it is what will change your brand. The first few minutes I give you, there is a girl here, she was sitting there, she's called Ashana. You know Ashana? Who doesn't know her? His Museveni said what? That's how she branded herself. And you will bother to, what does side chick mean? And then you will have to go and look at what she writes. She is an incredible writer. Yes, she's an activist, but it made me appreciate education more, especially English and literature. Do we have teachers here? That's something. I was watching something on TikTok and someone said, among them, teachers of English. Is that true? The teachers of English think they are on top of the world. I don't know how true that is. But your personal statement is not a combination of your job description where you have worked somewhere. And you say because your roles were A, B, and C, and then you merge those roles and then you start defining yourself. No. Are you with me, guys? Please be with me. This is very important. Okay? It is not a combination of functions that you have done before, but it represents your promise of value to your next employer. You tell the employer the value you're bringing to his company. Okay? Through your personal statements. And trust me, we get very many CVs, but we only look at the opening statement. Yeah, that's the truth. We do shortlisting. We look at every CV, but we look at how nice the CV looks, and we look at the personal statement. Is it promising? If it is promising, it is eye-catching, I look at where you went to school. What did you obtain? And then I go down if it looks good, because I am interested to know. You get it? But if it is zigzag, what, we will see. I will not bother, walai. I am telling you. You know, walai, do we have Muslims in the house? Walai, I am telling you the truth. That by God, I'm not going to bother. And that is the fact. So, as you are writing your personal statement, understand that we already have personal brand, and we all have a personal brand and a reputation. So everyone is known of their own unique set of attributes. We have talked about that. Maybe you haven't thought about the defining characteristics that differentiate you from everyone else. Can I know what differentiates you? Mema? Quickly. You should be thinking as I am presenting, because I'm going to embarrass someone.
What defines me is that I always speak my mind. Like, assume you've done me wrong, I always tell you that you've done this to me and I don't like it.
So how do you put that in your personal attributes? You want to tell your prayer that you speak your mind? Eh? You think that's the character they are looking out for?
But speaking my mind can also help me at the workplace.
Now you have to look for those words: assertive, outspoken, things like that. You can combine it with your practice and say, I am an ardent, outspoken, resilient HR practitioner. You get it? So you don't say those words that are offensive in a way. You just get your word that defines who you are, and you tweak it, okay, to be professional, okay? So, to put your brand to work for you in your job search, you will need to pull together all the pieces that make your value proposition in the marketplace. You know your value proposition? You know the word value proposition? English. Where are English teachers? You have now, what is your value proposition? The meaning of value proposition? It's what you're bringing on the table. You understand? Now, for us, private sector, our value proposition is business advocacy and is policy advocacy and business development. That is our value proposition. If there is someone who is doing anything better, we have to beat that one. That's our competition. You get it? So value proposition is what you're using to beat Ko? It is somehow called a niche. You call it a niche? Okay, whatever you want to call it. So it is what we'll say to the employer that you're fit for the position. So, answer these questions as you're writing your statement. What are you most passionate about? What do you care about deeply? Okay? These are your passions, the things you can't wait to get to each day and feel cheated when you don't get the opportunity to do them. Okay? 2, what are the top 3 or 4 personal attributes? Okay? These can be I've been hearing you saying these words: collaborative, critical thinking. Define those words and live by them. Okay? Resourceful, flexible. You can even allege to be flexible when you are the most stiff person we have known. Please don't allege things that you're not. Don't lie. You get it? Hey, accountants, we know you're not flexible. Don't lie. Don't lie to yourself. You're not very sociable people. And now if we find an accountant who's too sociable, we are surprised. But we know that sometimes they are risk takers. They are people who pay attention to details. Okay? Yeah, I need to hear something like ethical when you are a finance personnel. Okay? So, I put some of these things there for you. You can reflect on them. You can even get better words. Okay? But these are the words you should start with defining who you are. I think that one I have mentioned them. Then, what differentiates you from competition? That is the niche that I've been telling you about. What do you have to offer that no one else does? So this one I picked it somewhere. I just didn't reference it. Sorry about that. But someone, on someone's status, and is a CEO, said, a focused and determined business leader. A view leader. This is how we read these words, by the way. And also, when you're writing these statements, you read them out loud to make sure they mean something to you. You get it? A focused and determined business leader. I offer the entrepreneurial stamina and wisdom to drive bottom-line growth and lucrative business. Inspire employees to peak performance and cultivate profitable business relationships built on respect, loyalty, and trust. But that is what I'm looking for. My easygoing sense of humor has been defining management strategy to bring out the best in everyone, instill pride and mobilize them to make their company the best in the industry. Now, for me, I know I am talking to a C-suite member. C-suite, it is top management, because he has told me he has responsibility as a leader with people. He thinks he has a bird's eye in everything. He thinks about strategy. That is how he thinks. Okay? And he has talked to me about his attributes. And now he is triggering me to read his CV more. Okay? To see where did he get the opportunity to experience these things. Okay? Now, when I see regional manager, head, you get it? I know this is a leader. You get it? How many people were under his control? So in the CVs, we will see what he writes in the CV. He talks about more of his achievements, not more of the responsibilities. You get it? So that's how we craft our CVs, our personal statements, and they make us to want to sit with you in an interview. Don't understand this session very well, and you forget to practice to be good in an interview. You understand? Because you're going to craft a very nice opening statement, and then you come in there, and I'm seeing a CV, a very nice CV. What happened? So, when you take time to craft your CV nicely, please practice to beat me, to make me want to think about you among the top 3. You get it? At least let us have a discussion, even if you're not the best. At least like a CV ko kabeko ne wekakolachi, wekakutusa. You get it? You wrote a good CV, and I have just done it just recently. I saw her CV. I took it to the shortlisting panel. I say, it was a comms role. I told them communication. Communication, we look at how your CV looks, spellings, things like that, how it is. So I was like, how many do we have? We have 10. I said, those are many. Age, now we start discriminating against age because we don't want too old and too young. You get it, depending on the role. Because it is a younger people role. So I said, okay, when you remove those, how many? Say around 7. I said, can you now look at the grammar? Can you look at the way the CV looks? So the first shortlist had the best CV. I can't even show it to you here. She had the first shortlist, but she was not the best. But she presented well. Why? Because she had made her homework. She knows how to relate them. You get it? So this is what I want you to. What is your name? You. Who? Gabrielle. Are you hungry? Gabriella, I want you to write a nice CV when you can talk for it. Oshitegedde mama wange? Don't disappoint. Now, so these are questions that we ask ourselves when you are building a personal brand. Some of them are things we have spoken about. But remember, I told you 2 things. Writing a CV, but also your online presence. Your LinkedIn account. You know, you're bothering to be on TikTok. I don't have a problem if you're an artist. Okay? If you're someone who thinks I am an entrepreneur and I need followers, you understand? I don't mind if it makes some money for you, if you get followers and you can be a brand ambassador of some kind, because we don't know how Shida Gashumba became famous. You understand? We don't know this late who? Asia. Charles, right? These people have used them to gain followers. You get it? So out of the blue, they became famous. There is this guy, the garage guy. They call him who? Ankoma. Ankoma started just like that. Before I knew it, he's presenting Icon Awards. I was like, How the guy was always in the garage. But people have listened to his spoken English. And they thought he can actually do it. And he has put himself up there as an MC. I have a friend of mine who's an accountant. He's called Balam Kiracho. And Balam is an accountant, stroke auditor. But during the weekend, he is an MC. So there is some Christian kind of social that he hosts. And then he has joined a league of MCs. And before you know it, he's on big weddings. He's flying out of the country. You know Maurice Mugisha? Maurice Muroza, besides being a deputy MD for UBC. Maurice is always in the air. He's my friend, but I met him moving to Eview. But every week he is flying in and out of the country. Why? He's going to summit where Uganda, everything where the president is, everything where there is a diplomatic engagement for Uganda, Maurice is the guy. Because he has branded himself as someone who can do it all. And he has also his consultancy. He has also his day job. So, banange, mwagala kuberanga. There is a lady I was reading about on TikTok. She is 28. She is a CEO of a South African airline company. She's Ugandan. They have just appointed her. And then I went ahead to read, and she came from here, Makerere University. She went to South Africa. She upgraded. But the guy was outspoken, and I read her story, and I was like, this is a dream. 20 wati? Kati mwemuloza nti mushali. You think you have a lot of time? Do you know when you're going to die? Hey, let me tell you. Our top class student, God rest his soul, Ronald, died. Like 3 weeks before graduation. And he was the best in our class, in the entire psychology class. And then his chair was there, and we say, Mkala's Ronald. I studied with people. Asha Mrisa, she was our food prefect, I was the head prefect in Gombe SS. She died as we are just still figuring out life. I have lost very many. Even recently, I lost a friend, Magoba, who knows Magoba Mariam? She's a daughter of Magoba, the famous Magoba family. They are dead. But for me, when I don't fear death, but I am like, when I die, what are they going to talk about me? For me, it disturbs me. Which legacy have I left? But Mukalazi Ronald, I will never forget him. I pray for him. Because the boy was so sweet. He used to sing Campus Girl. Oh. That song, did you hear it? But he does not waver for anything. Mukala has helped me with this. Mukala has discussed for me. He was so helpful. May God rest his soul. So people, we don't have a lot of time on this world. Okay? So guys, don't waste any time. At home where you're sitting as you're waiting for your job, there's something you can do. You're adding it on your CV. Who promised you that you have to eat on your degree? You know Sparkle's Saloon? Muloza yasoma. Oba muloza byasoma ebyenviri byabatasoma. Do you know how rich she is? Do you know Adieri? Delight. Do you know how rich she? No, you tell me. People from Noya, Gulu, where? Do you know that lady? You know Delight. Mama, cheers. You're lying. You don't know Delight? You know the owner of Cheers, favorite. No, I'm stopping here. You don't know Mama Cheers? You know Cheers did, but you don't know the owner. Yeah. Google. I should introduce you. Mama Cheers did not go to school. Mama Cheers, how many acres of mangoes in Noya? 2,000. The other day, president is getting out of State House to go and visit Mama Cheers in Noya. You get it? You know, no one even dreamt that we would be even driving to go to Noya to see, but we want to see this dream, this illiterate woman who has dreamt. And how many people does he employ? She never went to school. But in Kubuli, we went with her to Dubai, and before we knew it, he was grabbing another aeroplane to Philippines. I was like, no, Mama, no, there is another workshop. I want to go and see technology there. She is researching more than you who has a first-class degree. I am telling you, people, degree degree. Who has seen this thing going on social over people in Uganda who have studied a lot, who have 10 degrees? It is going on social. You have seen some people who they have studied. Most of them are coming from the East, I think. They are lecturers and 10 degrees. They're doctor. Professor, every discipline they have a qualification. Kakati mwe have a degree. 1 degree. Please put it under the wrap. Will you? I am telling you it is nothing. It is what? Say it loud, Banange. Stand up. Stand up. Stand up. You said this degree is nothing. It will not determine who I am going to be. My focus and passion will determine my destiny. Kaya sit. Banaye kadiguri teka ibaza. Mulide. Kadiguri teka ibaza. First class, mama, sweetheart. It is an achievement. Thank God. Look out for the rest. You get it? You will now you're going to mesh with people with second class lower, and they will beat you. You understand? You're going to sit with people who have past degrees and they will beat you. I don't know of the best salesman in this country having worked with FMCGs than Simon. Now he's working for Movit. But I second him in most of these jobs. But Simon, when not results, okay. Simon, it's just because you give me the numbers. But the numbers when was data. He will make you buy anything. You will buy anything. You dare give Simon a chance on the interview, he will beat everyone. You give Simon a chance in the field, he will beat. He can do anything. For me, when I was building my house, he did electrical. He's a sales guy. Teyasoma amasanyalaze. Naye yambala overall nagenda ewagulu nakole amasanyalaze. Nembuza kati bino Simon. Wabiyigira wananga munaye kweyiya. Mulimo we gugwawo nga ngenda njiye ekirala nga nkitunda ekitambula nga njigawe bakikola. I learn how to do things as long as they give me what? Money. So before we need, he told me how Husnah is bad time, but nange tunonye kumulimu. Okay, you just be pushing on. When something came, I told one of my trainees, I said, do you have a job in sales? He's like, yeah. No, I have Olivia and Simon. Because I worked with them, they are my people. I know them, they are loyal, they are still my friends. They come at my place and sleep there. So if a company wants Husnah, do you have? Yeah, I have Olivia. I have Simon. I have Sam because I know they will sell anything on this earth. You get it? Tebali kombu vetutunda buvera, vetutunda mitayimbwa, vetutunda kati atunda bizigo. Luli yali atunda chi? Nayenga yakukuteko. If they start talking to you about a beauty product, you will feel you're the most beautiful woman on this planet Earth. If they are selling. So bananga abantu abo nze nyina byemba yigiddeko. I have learned something from them. Okay? So when I associate with someone and they are doing something, I learn. So my husband sells buunga. They bring buunga from Kenya, and I never dreamt that I would even meet a man who sells buunga. But that is the man God gave me. So now I told him, but what is your markup? The guys, we are getting money. And say, but we don't sell only those things. We sell American Garden, we sell cups, we sell these. I said, hey, okay. So whenever I go and I find these cups, things that they are saying, I say, how much do I have on this one? And they're like, oinake chikumi. So ngangenda tunde kakopo. Okay. Me, I talk until cows go. But they've told me it's about time. So, you be able to do anything. Don't limit your capacity. Okay? You have been reading, right? So as you write your personal statement, also build your social media presence. But please, don't do things you are ashamed of, or you are ashamed your employer. If your employer looks at them, how will they think? How they feel? We always refer to your socials. When you're in the interview, we are Googling you. What is it? Do you have a Twitter? Yes. And before you know it, we are removing the skeletons. And they're like, this can't represent us. He can't. It's very risky. Risky business. Have you understood the word? So as you are on your social, busy, and you're looking for a job, your employer also is looking. So these are the things that you have to do when you're managing your digital world. Create a brand, have a strategy, meet your personal brand, monitor your personal brand engagement, develop your personal brand, have a communication plan, measure your success, get feedback. Someone mentioned feedback, we're defining. Get feedback. If people tell you, like my brother came and told me, Husnah, I think you should work on your profile. And I'm like, I know. But there's a reason why I did not put my details on my profile. At the right time, I'll put it there. So I've made a year now because I had blocked Twitter for some reason. Then I was like, now I have to go because I'm confident enough. But I blocked my profile. You will not see my profile. And my brother is the one, my younger brother. I should tell you about him next time. So these are the mistakes you make when you are writing your CVs. That statement tells you that we don't look at the volume, how big your CV is, and we look at how beautiful and meaningful your CV looks. So those which are poorly presented, we can just throw them away. So formatting your CV portrays communication skills and technology competence. Kati mwabatayagala kozesa computer. Who need help every day. And the Mastercard program gives you laptops. Isn't it? But some of you don't use them. So, I'm going to rush through this still, but they will send you, I think, Brenda. Watch out for spelling mistakes and bad grammar. Please. I know you're too confident, but ask your friend to look at your CV. The one you trust that has good English. Yes, you might think that you're so right when you have made a mistake. And this is the truth of the matter. For us who write letters, our subordinates are the ones who rectify us. You get it? Now, that's why they say, let it come from down, and it comes up, and you also edit. You get it? You always need a second eye. Diary, you write daily. So things you change, you interchange the positions. Focus on achievements. Don't focus on your duties. Those you can obtain everywhere. You understand? They know who an HR assistant is and what they do. Tell us what you accomplished. You get it? It is very important. Using cliches. Using terms such as good communicator, can do attitude and team player without substantiating them with facts or example will add very little value. Okay? Make sure you have examples to these. Incorrect information. Temulimba. Bolimba mukatono komanyi nti onojjukira. You understand? When you're to lie, you lie kalito. Don't exaggerate. But if you can't, don't lie at all. Okay? We call it tweaking. You tweak the information to fit the purpose. But don't. Okay? Poor formatting. Font. You use Arial. You use italics. You use, Calibri. You use everything. Please use one. Standard is 12. Research proposals. Right? That is the standard that people will understand. Okay? And make no mistake, because it has been researched that they are legible. Okay? Then, failure to tailor, that is what I was calling tweaking. Make sure that the job you are actually looking for, you have tailored it to your CV. They rhyme, otherwise they'll say he's misplaced. Okay? He doesn't know what he wants. And so you're jumping from here. Watch out for these things of job hopping. Actually, we're going to talk about it. Today you are a nurse. Tomorrow you're a teacher. Teacher and nurse, they can work. But, when you fail to put your career in order. Today you're sitting here, please tailor your career path. And this should be reflected in your what? In your CV. job hopping and employment gaps. You have an employment gap, be ready to explain it. Okay? If you had a mother who was sick, that is your fact, that is your truth. Maintain it. Okay? If you had no job, employment contract ended. So that's why it is important to keep employable. You don't sit. Even if you were selling on a Mdala mention, if it is a career gap, I was doing my own business. It is your own business. Even if it was Kumudala or Waliotunda Mukaja or wherever it was your own what? Means of life. That's the truth of Uganda, and we know. Don't feel ashamed of who you are. Okay? And let me tell you, you are better than the one who sleeps at home eating or even waiting to be given food. You who is struggling. It's your own business. There are lessons you're learning. Okay? And please translate them into skills obtained. Too long CVs, please avoid. Now, this is an example of a bad CV. I am now winding up. Okay? What is wrong about that CV? Having mentioned those words up above. This gentleman. Tell me, what is wrong with that CV? You critique it. Extend day. Are you from Rwanda? Hey, Nguino. We have mentioned the issues that make your CV look bad. Yes? Okay. What is your name?
Maybe the...
What is your name?
My name is Mkunzi Elisha.
Do you know Sharp?
Pardon?
Sharp.
No.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
The letters, like the format, the way it's...
He says the formatting. What else?
Yeah, then...
Okay, another one? Yes, say it loud. Say it loud. Give them the mic.
I don't have any problem with the format. It is not so elaborate. The person has listed their achievements, but has not gone into details of the roles and maybe the responsibilities. And it's not like so well explained. It's so brief. He has just outlined things so much to me.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
First of all, the format of the CV is not right and is not accepted. Then the colors the person used, and also the way he ranked the CV.
Okay, this side is so active. This side, what is wrong?
Okay, I can talk of the font. I'm not sure of the spacing because it needs a computer. And also, when you look at the employment section, there is a way the things were mixed. They were not in columns, and it becomes hard for the reader.
Any other? You haven't said the word. Mm-hmm.
Okay, when I look at that CV personally, I'll just have a feeling that the person who wrote was very lazy.
How?
Most of his things, there is where he used the abbreviations, and if I'm not very familiar with those abbreviations, I might not understand what he or she meant.
You see, this is the core of this. I want someone from this table. This is the core of this is the essence of this session today. And I want you to understand it. Okay? What is wrong with this?
That person did not identify that, didn't indicate the qualification. Like the headings that this is.
You shout.
Hello. Hello.
Shout again.
Hello.
And your name?
Janet.
Janet who?
Aluka.
Are you happy to be here?
Yes.
Get some energy. You need to get some energy, people. Okay? Get some energy. I know you're tired, but this is the essence of, this is something hands-on that you're going to get. Now, I want you to critique yourself. I'm not going to say very many things, but now I'll look for something similar, but which is good. Okay? That is an example of a good CV. Did you look at the personal statement? Okay, let us go one by one. Look at the personal statement this side. You see how he formatted the address part and put where everything, gender, what. Huh? You saw the formatting? You saw the opening statement? Do you see how the words he wrote? He said, I am a hardworking individual who enjoys working. I am excellent at meeting deadlines. I have 2 years of experience in business, and I would like to contribute to a business with my excellent skills and work experience. That is his personal. Did you hear me say something like that in personal statement? Now look at this one. A motivated, adaptable, a responsible computing graduate seeking a position in an IT. You have to show aspiration where you want to go. Okay? Which will utilize the professional and technical skills developed through past work experiences in this field. I have a methodical, customer-focused approach to work and strong drive to see things through to completion. In my current job, I have managed to launch a migration of 2 major IT systems, which was completed in time and within budget. Oshaba, he has showed us the future. He has showed us what drives him. He has showed us what he has achieved so far. But only, I like working. I will work. I have experience in working. You don't even tell us what you're working in. But you've seen how they have formatted, everything is in order. Same line, beginning of the line. Look at that. Some things are starting this side. Achievements, you're looking at achievements. You see the bulleting? You look at this. Bulleting is all in line. Okay? They are almost the same type of CVs, but this one looks neater. What he has done in one part, at least he has elaborated achievements. Someone mentioned, he just mentioned where he works. He did not mention what he has done there. Okay? So, guys, you see the references? You see how he has written references? See this one's references. At least you need 2 references. Okay? You have to show us your hobbies. Okay? Skills. Let us look at this person's skills. Excellent communication skills. All of you have this problem. All of you. Be careful when you start excellent communication skills. Excellent management skills. Great IT skills. Look at this one. Excellent knowledge of a variety of programming language, including he has now showed you that I actually know IT. You understand? Strong troubleshooting skills with software, hardware, and network problems. Expert in networking. You see how he is talking within the field. So if an IT shortlister, I know that I have the right person. Now, to Maze. You know why we have done this today? It's because this session is such a long session. It starts with CV writing, and it ends in mock interviews. And it ends in producing a CV that we are going to put on the portal for employers. That's why we had to take time earlier, that we go through it and you go home and you create your CV. Don't bring me your kwara CVs. And these CVs I'll mark one by one. And I'll be shortlisting for the roles that I want to get jobs for. Okay? So CV akumala budde. Okay? CV akumala chi? We are not wasting what? We are busy looking for placements for you because the portal is not going to take every one of you. But those who are utilizing this moment very fruitfully are going to be identified. Like we know that the last cohort, we had our best as who? There was a lady, she was called who? Forgotten her name. Forgotten her name, God have mercy. No, she's doing a program for the deaf, for the people who cannot, visually impaired. Who? Baiga. Baiga was our best participant. And I'm not surprised what she is actually doing. She was our best participant. And we identified her and we are following her up. You understand? You never know you could be the one. There are people we have made friends and we look out for them. There is a one called Adoch. There's Matilda. Even Akelo. There's even Silas. They were very good. We still know them. We follow them. So please let us know who you are. Thank you very much. Any questions?